Okay. Hi everyone. So today I wanted to talk about how everything that you need for your journey in life and everything that you need for your journey in life is within you and is already prepared for you. One thing that I've been learning, at least in this season of my life, is that God has deposited stuff in us. Like when God created us, He placed everything that we needed for what He prepared, for what He made us to do, to fulfill. In other words, everything that we need to prepare to fulfill our purpose, He placed within us. When He made us, He gave us everything that we need. And there's things that we're gonna do down the road that we right now can't imagine ourselves doing. And when we look at ourselves, we're thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be doing that, or this is what I'm doing, and we plan basically on what we know about ourselves. But then there's so much within us that we don't even know about ourselves, and we don't even find out until we're put in a situation where we need to exercise it. Like you've ever been in situations where you felt as if in the midst of the situation, like you don't know if you can do this, or you don't think that you can do it, or this is too much for me. And then later on, when the situation has passed, years come and you've survived it, you've succeeded through it, and then you look back and you say, wow, like I couldn't believe that I made it through that, or I did this, or I did that. But what you needed to come through that situation was within you. Even while you were in that situation and you didn't think that you could make it, it was in you, right? And I've learned too that there's things that God wants us to do, and He's equipped us to do it, and we don't know that we are equipped to do it. So when God asks us to do something or tell us we're going to do something, we're questioning, like, how are we going to do this, or how are we going to do that? Because we don't see a way. We don't realize that we've been equipped for it already, right? And it's basically timed. I've learned, like on Facebook they have this thing whereby if you want to do a post, you can time it. So let's say you want it, you do the post, let's say right now, but you only want it to to be posted, let's say tomorrow around noon. You can set it for that. And I believe that our lives are like that. As we go on in life, there are different stages, different seasons, and let's say in a specific season you're going to need a certain amount of strength. Right now you don't need it, but at that specific time you're going to need it. And you might meet up with that situation and feel as if, I don't think I can do this. I've never done this before. you know I never had a situation like this. And then you come to that thing, and then you, through it, you feel like, God, I don't know if I can do this. And then you come past, and then you realize, wow, I made it. Or, let's say, for example, somebody asks you to do something, and you think to yourself, I don't think I can do this. I've never done this before. And you always run from situations like those or things like those because you think that you can't do it, right? Because you don't know everything that's within you, right? And you want to run from it, but then you may be faced with a situation whereby either you decide, okay, let me try, or maybe you are in a corner, you have to do it, you have no other choice but to do it, and then you find out that you can do it. And it's like that when God has a certain thing for you to accomplish in life. God, He equipped us with the faith required to accomplish it. And the strength to accomplish it. God says that He would never give us more than we can bear. And there's so many situations that we find ourselves in where we feel as if we can't do it, or this is more than we can bear, but yet we make it. Being able to bear it doesn't mean that you're not going to feel as if you can't bear it, or you're not going to feel challenged, you're not going to feel weak at times, you're not going to feel like giving up or crying and like this is too much for me. But it means that even though you feel this way and you feel those things, that you move forward in spite of it and you're successful. They talk about finishing a race. When they say finishing a race, they never said in order to win this race you need to finish this race without a sweat, without any heavy breathing or so. You just need to finish this race. Even if you crawl across the finish line, you walk across the finish line, you just need to finish this race. And that's it with us in life. And I think sometimes we feel because we're not always on top and feeling like, this is nothing for me, or sometimes something makes us feel like, a bit weak, or brings out a weakness within us that we feel that we can't do this. Like knowing true strength is when something can get you in a corner, but you can still push forward and do it. That is true strength. It's easy for me to do something when I'm good at it, or I'm always doing well at it. It's easy for me. I have motivation there. But when everything around you is crumbling, but you still push forward, that's what you call strength, right? And the thing is that I'm trying to get out there is that God has equipped you with everything that you need for your journey. You may not know it right now, but when you meet up with that situation or in that season, then God is going to start unlocking things. It's like a video game, you know, every time you reach to a different stage, you unlock a new technique or a new power or something, right? So it's kind of like that with us in life. You know, when we reach a certain stage, God knows that in this stage you require this level of faith, and right now you may not have it, or you may not have activated it as yet. But in this situation, it's going to require you to now work on it, and as you work on it, you're unlocking it, and then you're able to go in and possess it and take hold of it and utilize it, you know, and then it moves you to the next stage, and then you build and you build and you build, and then you become this person that you're like, wow, you know, I didn't know I could do all of this. I didn't know I had all this within me. God knew. That's why he says he doesn't give us more than we can bear, even though at times we find ourselves in situations where we feel as if we can't bear it, you know. So my encouragement to you today is to realize that whatever God has for you to accomplish in life, whatever your purpose is, that you have already been equipped with what you needed. It may not be unlocked or activated as yet, but it's there. It is there. And God has already prepared the way for you. If God tells you to do something, you may not see how. You may look at your situation, look at your life, look at your resources and feel as if this is impossible. But you think God is going to tell you to do something that he doesn't prepare. God doesn't just do things anyhow. He doesn't just decide, wake up one morning, I think I'm going to go and tell Joanna to do this or tell she to do that, you know, and just send you out there. And then you go out there, you meet up with opposition and you're like, God, what's going on here? He's like, oh, shoot, I didn't even think about that. Or I didn't even, consider this, or so, you know what, we're gonna have to try again tomorrow. No, God thought about everything. You don't have to be behind him like, did you check this, did you check that, did you make sure this is signed? You don't have to be behind him like that. He's already taken everything into consideration. And even at times when you feel as if, God, you know what, this should have happened already, maybe it shouldn't have, maybe it's on time, you know. And maybe we just think that it should have happened already because we're moving on our time limit, but God has his own time limit. He has his own way of doing it. You may be looking for it one way, and then God is like, no, no, no. That's not the way I'm going to do it. You know, I'm going to do it this other way. And he knows. He knows everything. He's prepared everything. It's like this. You find yourself in, like, you know, you feel like, okay, God told me to do this thing. And you're going on a journey. You're going, and then you meet up with this block, and you're like, okay, where did this come from? And you looking back at God like, why did you send me here? And did you know that this would have been here? Or didn't you check to see that this would have been here? Or this route, did you know that it would have been a roadblock, or there would be construction here? Why did you send me through this route? You know, it's going to make me late. You know, but God knows why he does what he does. And I believe that in everything that God does in my life, whether it seems good to me or it feels good to me or whatever, everything has its purpose. God's word says that all things work together for good to those who love the Lord and call according to their purpose. So as long as I'm on my road to my purpose, meaning that I have a relationship with God and I'm desiring to follow his will for my life and I'm seeking guidance from him, when I meet up with situations that seem to like a setback, it's not really a setback. God's will and purpose for my life is happening. Like when something happened, like if I had a plan and things don't work out according to my plan, I don't see it as at least that's how I'm working on seeing things. I don't see it as, you know, okay, this is a setback, or why did God have to allow this, or so. I see it as, you know what, this is God redirecting me, because my prayer is always, God, your will be done. God, lead, direct me, show me what you want me to do, you know, like remove any desire in my heart that's not of you, you know. So whenever something don't work out the way I want it to work out, I realize that he is redirecting me to where he wants me to be, because I'm praying and I'm asking him to do it, right? So when he does it, it may not look good or feel good at the moment, but just realize, you know, this is my prayer. This is what I've been praying about. It may not have happened the way that I imagined it to happen or I thought that it would have happened, but you know what? This is God's answer to my prayer. He's redirecting me. And sometimes you might be the only person that believes that. Everybody else around you might be telling you, no, you had to do something wrong, or you missed God somewhere, you know, for this to had happened to you. But you know what? You can check with God. Did I do something wrong? Did I make a wrong step? Did I miss you? You can check with him. And if he shows you that, no, this is just me redirecting, then you go with what he said. Even if everybody else around you says something else, even if the situation looks a different way, if he tells you, no, I'm redirecting, because we don't always understand how God does what he does. He's not always going to do things logically or the way that it's always been done, or a way that could be always explained by man, you know. Sometimes he's gonna do things that are gonna be beyond us, you know, where we just have to sit there and trust that, you know, even everything around you look like chaos, but God is saying, don't worry, it's gonna work out. And you're like, okay, you know, like I don't see how, but if you say so, I trust you, you know, and just let it go. Anyway, I hope that this was an encouragement to you to realize that whatever God has for you to accomplish in this life, whatever your purpose is, that He's already placed whatever you need within you. You know, you might not see it at this moment, but when you get into that situation, God is going to cause to activate it. It's going to cause to put you to situation. And the thing is too, is you got to be intentional about it. You realize that, you know what, God is going to do this thing in my life. I'm going to need to develop in my faith, and you work on it. You want to see it come to pass because it's there. It's waiting for you to activate it, you know, to do what you need to do to activate it, to pull it out, to, you know, develop it. You know, it's waiting on you to do, but it's there waiting on you. So realize that it's within you, and that God, if He sends you somewhere, He leads you somewhere, He's prepared the way for you. And don't see any opposition or any challenge as Him as it not being like, maybe this is not God, because, you know, this is harder than I thought it would be. God allows things to be harder than we can handle it, because then we need His help. If it's within our level and we can do it ourselves, then we don't need His help. And I say many times over and over in my video that God wants to communicate with us. He wants to have a relationship with us. So there are times that he is going to put us in a situation that is bigger than us, because He wants us to invite Him in to help us. You know, He wants to be a part of our journey, you know. And if it's on our level, then we don't need Him, you know. Then it's like, God, oh no, you can go your way, you know, I got this, you know. He wants to be involved. Anyway, just be encouraged. You have what it takes to do what God has created you to do. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. Feel free to comment, to like, to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, and to share if this was encouragement to you and you feel like it's going to be an encouragement to others. Feel free to share. And don't forget to check out my my craft page on Instagram and Facebook, Elizabeth's Classics. I'll try to put the description, the name in the description box below. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have yourself a great day.